Of that, the fans have found a way of getting here. There is a sense of theatre and the decibel levels are rising. And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. It is a true heavyweight clash. Well, a very good evening to you wherever you are. I do hope that you can join me in appreciating this truly beautiful evening, a night that is absolutely ideal for a game of football. The scenes here really are something, a beautiful picture under the floodlights. Traffic and transport round here, not the kindest, but regardless of that, the fans have found a way of getting here. There is a sense of theatre and the decibel levels are rising. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely perfect for a game of this. Hits one! Denied by an instinctive save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. Bayern Munich can start a counter here. Olise. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Harry Kane. He's a deadly finisher, Peter, obviously, but he can contribute much more than that for his team. He's got the physical presence to hold the ball up and the awareness to bring pretty much everyone else into play.
Big header! Oh, just needed a better contact.
Well, plenty of moving targets to pick out in the box. Obviously increases your chances of the ball being met like that by someone.
Lima. Now it's Mbappe. Takes on his marker. Mbappe. And the finish!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Has a goal! They've scored! His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, it doesn't have to look spectacular. Why complicate simplicity?
Madrid get themselves into the lead.
And that ought to be the trigger for a really exciting and entertaining...